Christian, a real one, and I don't care what you think about it. On my life, ain't none of y'all realer than Christ. You better read about it, hey, and let them know if you a Christian, a real one. Be about it, don't speak about it. Gave his life so you ain't have to pay that price. You better think about it, hey. When I was in my sin, every song was about it. And ain't nobody find nothing wrong with my topics. Now I'm with the Lord and everything I'm on is about it. And now they wanna alter my content. I'm all for that nonsense. Prayed up, serving till my day's up. And I'm laid up in the grave in my great tux. Praise to the Savior for grace that he gave us. I'm done getting paid off of crazy behavior. Now I got my faith high, waiting for the day I could have them all falling at the cross like AI. And when it gets hard, I'ma praise through the chaos. And spit dope that'll overdose most K9. Homie, I'm a Christian, a real one, and I don't care what you think about it. On my life, ain't none of y'all realer than Christ. You better read about it, hey, and let them know if you a Christian, a real one. Be about it, don't speak about it. Gave his life so you ain't have to pay that price. You better think about it, hey. Living for the most high, feeling like I won't die. Before I get to meet him, I'ma see him crack the whole sky. Everything he teaching me, I'm speaking through the flow now. And it's even sweeter than before now. Got me yelling God over my name, Christ over fame. Be the same me before they added lights to my name. The fame make you not realize you a slave. Be obedient, your master, add ice to your chain. Christ be the key though, your life is the keyhole. You are blind to your pride, tied to your ego. If life was a movie, would Christ get the lead role? Or just some insignificant slide in your B-roll? Homie, I'm a Christian, a real one, and I don't care what you think about it. On my life, ain't none of y'all realer than Christ. You better read about it, hey, and let them know if you a Christian, a real one. Be about it, don't speak about it. Gave his life so you ain't have to pay that price. You better think about it, hey. See, I claim to be a Christian and I'm true to that. Your favorite rapper claim he's strapped but never pack a tool. In fact, I know some Christian cats that never rap it and they do be strapped, but they don't flash it for the cameras, nor do they approve of that. Real recognize real, who are you, where you be at? I don't gotta stunt to my son, I'm the coolest dad. You ain't hard pimp, you just Clark Kent. What you mean? You jump in the booth and become Superman. And it ain't just fake thugs, it's fake Christians. If you don't walk your faith out, you ain't Christian. I went to church for years and they ain't live it. Now I walk close with them and yeah, I know the difference. Homie, I'm a Christian, a real one, and I don't care what you think about it. On my life, ain't none of y'all realer than Christ. You better read about it, hey, and let them know if you a Christian, a real one. Be about it, don't speak about it. Gave his life so you ain't have to pay that price. You better think about it, hey.
All right. What's going on, everybody? Go ahead and share the broadcast. It's going to be a good one. If you are looking to be empowered, you want to go ahead and share the broadcast. This is going to be super powerful. I got my scriptures on here. We're going to talk in just a minute. Go ahead and get that link sent out. Send it to your friends. Send it to your followers. Share the broadcast. Let's have some fun tonight. Happy Friday, everybody.
You hit that point, they put you on the whole other
side. Happy Friday. Go ahead and type in the chat where you're tuning in from. Say hello. We'll say hello back.
You might get on the AM, but come on, fam, who get on the radio and try to find music on the AM
we'll
station?
Say hello back.
So the chances is you more likely to hear a song about drugs than the Lord on accident. It's like they trying to keep God from you, but no matter what the world say, God love you.
Oh Lord, what you do to them so wrong.
Let's grow.
So that we might find salvation. Know what they got against you. That they reject your love and all that you come for. I know it must hurt you deeply. Still, I know what they got against you.
Lord, I don't understand. Maybe they just saw it if the power's in your hands, and they would do anything for the power that you have. But to let them down, y'all would be a coward of a man. And it was all good just a week ago, but now they taking that same Adam and Eve approach. See, it was cool being underneath God, till the devil came like F that, you can be God.
Good to see you, Tammy. Thank you for tuning in tonight.
On the day. And why they took you out of school's kind of hard to say. But when they feed the youth all this foolish evolution talk that they can't prove is hard on their faith. The other day, a couple teachers at the school were persecuted for saying a prayer over the food. But the day that become a crime to do, I'ma be a criminal. Tell them do what they gotta do.
Yeah.
You did it, I'm so bold. You even gave your life so that we might find salvation. I wonder what they got against you.
What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a happy Friday. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? A little different stream tonight. We're going to be talking about basically how to get where you desire to get to in life. I have a special guest with me tonight, my good friend, my spiritual son. He's a brother, he's a friend, he's a business partner, all of those things put together. And we're going to just talk about how to get from poverty to prosperity tonight, how to get from poverty to prosperity tonight. Many of you out there, you've been looking for a way, you've been trying to figure out the principles, the steps, and how many of you out there right now could agree that we are always in a position to become better? There's a better version of us that we've yet to tap into, and we must discover that individual. So if you're just coming in tonight, welcome to iPioneer TV. We're going to be sharing tonight in just a minute. Good to see all of you who are tuning in. Go ahead and say hello in the chat so that we can acknowledge you if you're here tonight. And then do me a favor, share the broadcast, whatever platform you're tuning in on. Share the broadcast, share the YouTube, share Facebook, Twitch. We're on Instagram. We're on LinkedIn. So whichever platform is best for you, go ahead and get that link and share it. I would suggest also, if you got any young people that's around you, maybe you're at home and you got your young people in the other room, pull them in, because this interview is going to be very pivotal for their understanding. All right. I got someone who knows how to speak to the young people, who knows how to share their story with the young people and get them to understand what they need to do next, because many of the young people would have this same testimony that's going to be shared tonight. So Kathy, good to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I see Tammy over there in Kentucky. Thank you so much for tuning in. We got Kathy out there. Thank you so much for tuning in. So in just a minute, right after this video, I want to share a video with you just to get things started. How many of you are grateful and thankful for this new year? I'm going to play a video, and right after this video, I'm going to bring up my guest tonight, and we're going to share with you how to get from poverty to prosperity by using certain principles. And then my guest will share with you what he's doing in these days to help people move even further in their life if they're looking to prosper in 2025. Take a look at this video, and I hope you allow it to minister to you and let your family see it. Replay it in your homes, replay it with your friends, and tell everybody around you in 2025, one thing you need to do is to make sure you're being thankful. Let's watch this video.
Life and Thanksgiving don't always go hand in hand. When the chaos of the world places an unbearable weight on our shoulders, when division becomes prevalent, and when hatred seems constant, thankfulness can get lost in the fog. Before we know it, our hearts of gratitude begin to sink under the strain. But God knew life wouldn't be easy. He knew there would be struggles. He knew there would be pain. He knew there would be heartache. Yet his word tells us to give thanks in everything. The truth is, even in turbulent times, God's grace still abounds. His mercies are still new every morning, and his love is still everlasting. Today, let us give thanks in everything,
Wow, such an awesome message, you guys. Let us give thanks for everything. Listen, we're going to go ahead and jump right into this, but I really need you. Let's get these numbers up. Go ahead and share the broadcast with your friends, with your followers. This is going to be a very powerful. I think one of my biggest concerns, especially with the body of Christ, if we're not talking about the prophetic or prophesying to people, folk are not necessarily interested in their future. Well, how many of you know without faith, your works is dead? Faith without works is dead. And not only that, but it takes more than the prophetic to actually get you where you need to go. Now, the prophetic, it shapes your life, it cultivates your life. And, my guest and I, we're going to talk about that, how that worked out in his life. But guess what? You got to move towards the prophecy. So the body of Christ is in a lot of trouble because all we want is the prophecy, but we don't want the principles and the steps to process the prophecy in order for the prophetic word to come to pass. So if you hear something tonight that really registers with you while we're talking, we're going to have a really sincere dialogue, but I'm also going to ask him some questions about what is he doing now to help take his people to the next level. All right. So guys, I want you to drop some fire in the chat as I bring up my spiritual son. Now, listen, you guys have heard us before, but I'm telling you, there's going to be some heat that we're sharing tonight. And I want you to go ahead and get ready. Listen, go get your son, go get your daughter, go get somebody who you think needs to hear this message. Listen, this is going to be so powerful. And I don't want you to miss this. I don't want you to miss the opportunity of being a blessing to someone in your home. This is going to be super powerful. So go ahead and get somebody in your house to come on in so that they can hear this information. I want to bring to the platform my own spiritual son.
Yeah. Oh, man.
What's going on, man? How you feeling tonight?
Man, I'm pretty good, man. How about yourself?
Man, you looking mighty good over there. I done left you in the black stage, but I don't even got nothing to hide no more. It's too much.
Yeah, for sure.
It's way too much, man. Man, good evening to you, man. And listen, we're gonna jump right into this thing. One of the things I was thinking about as you and I were actually talking earlier is I was thinking about how we actually both went from poverty to prosperity, and we did it together. And before I jump into the personal questions, I want to ask you a couple questions, about, just basically how did it take place and things like that. We talked before about how we live together and things like that, but there was one of the things we didn't share about our prophetic relationship. And you really always have honored the prophet in me, but the prophetic really worked for you moving forward and developing your life. So one of the first questions I wanted to jump out here and ask you, before we even jump in, go ahead, introduce yourself, and even introduce your label and your brand, and let us know what you're all about. And we're going to jump right into the questions.
Hey, definitely want to give it back over to you, man. Thank you for having me on your platform. Anthony Jackson, for you guys who don't know me, so we just not, complete strangers. Anthony Jackson, man, been around, man, building, grinding. And what we did was we actually built a community over the last few years called Global Wealth, where we teach people how to build their wealth from a holistic standpoint, with the focus on their mind, their body, spirit, finances, and, to take their lives to the next level. And so that's basically what we're doing now. We got a really good community, really big growing community, and we're looking to add more people to the community. So I'm excited about that, man.
Yeah, that's super powerful. When we started off together in one of these industries, and you've pretty much put your hands in a couple places and succeeded, and that's always been what I've been super impressed about you. Wherever you put your hand, you always succeed. And one of the principles I want to talk about is process. You've always processed. Now I've been the risky one. You'll take your time and you kind of like pick things apart and then move. So tonight I want to talk about prophecy, principles, and process. How has the prophetic worked for you moving forward and what you're doing now and just your life period. And I remember some instances that took place. Tell us about how does the prophetic work for you or anybody who's actually trying to take their life to the next level.
Yeah, it's funny you asked that because most of the time, well, in the beginning, my beginning stages of being prophesied to, I was being prophesied all these great things that was going to happen to me and for me, but I couldn't really connect to it because I was in a bad condition. A lot of people was prophesying about wealth and owning things, and at the time, me and my family didn't even have a place to stay, didn't have a vehicle. Didn't have a lot of stuff, and life was tough then. But I couldn't really connect to it, and a little bit down the line, a lot of those things start coming to pass. And so, just believing and trusting in the word, man, all those things start really working out for me.
Yeah, one of the things that happened is when we were together. I said some things to you, and I remember you coming back telling me, hey, we're going to listen to everything you tell us, because I remember you moved on the prophecy, boom, it happened. And from that day forth, I remember you telling your wife, hey, we're going to listen to everything Apostle speaks into our life. And so we just took you on this journey. And I think the best part of that is not necessarily me prophesying to you. The dynamics of the prophetic is the person walking out the prophetic word. And you just been a person of having no fear as it relates to the prophetic and what God has called you to do in the marketplace. So Global Wealth Enterprise, what is that all about? I got a couple questions for you, but just talk about Global Wealth Enterprise. How did you come up with that name? Because we're big with branding. Talk about that for us a few seconds. There may be somebody out trying to figure out how to get their business name, the nature, the brand of their business. Share with us about that a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. So Global Wealth is, it started off as a business, just, my personal business that I wanted to create. I like the name that I came up with. But for some reason, I can't get away from the fitness part. I had a fitness business back in, what was that, probably like 2010. I did that for like 5 years, 2010 to probably 2015. And I wanted to really teach people how to build something, from a holistic standpoint, and how to grow their wealth from a holistic standpoint. Because sometimes when we think about wealth, we think about money. And it's not just money. You got to focus on your mind, your body, your spirit, your finances, and most of the things that God basically blessed you with. And so you got to really start taking care of those things, or, you'll be this successful person, but your health is struggling, or you'll be, your health is struggling. You don't got no money. You know what I mean? So everything kind of ties into each other. Successful with no spiritual connection to God. It's a lot of things. Everything basically ties into each other. And so, we built this brand to basically help people, grow and build from that kind of standpoint instead of just thinking about money. And so we basically have these different methods that we teach in every different segment and help people grow in those segments, from the mind, personal development, the spirit, ministry on Sundays, ministry throughout the week, prayer every single morning. Another thing we do is we basically help people build up savings and budgets. As far as the finances part, we help people get their credit straight so they won't have to pay high interest rates for everything. And another thing we do is we have an accountability team where we don't basically personal train, but we hold people accountable. Everybody drop it in the chat. Listen, I'm in the gym in the morning. Some people post their food, saying what they're eating. And so we basically hold people accountable. And we come up with these few different strategies to basically keep a lot of people engaged into what we're doing.
Wow, that's super powerful. Drop some fire in the chat, guys, if you're enjoying what you're hearing so far. It's super powerful to have somebody to find their niche, even, coming from, the church. Unfortunately, a lot of people are forced to just get right behind the pulpit, get on the praise team, get on the helps and everything in the four walls, but you're one who literally allowed a shift to take place in you. You know, one of the questions that I had for you was, when did the shift happen? Like, when did it shift on the inside of you? Like, this is what I really need to be doing to help people. You know, I may not be the preacher so much as behind the pulpit, or that minister locked into the pulpit or the church. When did that shift take place on the inside of you?
Yeah, it was one point in my life that the condition of my life, I just got fed up with it. And I was like, I needed to change. And so I started seeking out information on how to change the
Mm,
things I wanted different in my life, my money problems, my health problems, my spiritual problems, all these problems that I had that I wanted to shift. I basically started seeking them out. And I always tell people, when you're seeking for something, you're going to find it. No matter if it's good or bad, you're going to end up finding exactly what you're looking for. And so God started basically connecting me with different people, putting me in certain situations where I had to basically make a decision. And one of them was health. I started getting my
mm.
health right. I was already in ministry. I was already an armor bearer. I was in church every Sunday. I was involved in everything in the ministry. So that part, I was locked in with already, but I wasn't working out. I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't eating right. We was ordering pans of chicken 2 a.m. And so, which I, yeah, which I know, it wasn't right. We shouldn't be eating a 200-piece of chicken, feasting on that at 2 a.m.
With
And
no
another
problem.
thing, yeah, man. So, and then, my money wasn't right. A lot of things wasn't right in my life. So, I started seeking out information, and man, reading books, working out, getting my spirit right, man, getting everything right. And so God started basically giving me the desires of my heart. And that's when the shift basically took place.
Yeah, you played a role in so many people's lives as it relates to the health side of things. You know, even myself, you know, you, and especially, you know, my son Junior. The impact. How do you remember the impact? Because I know you and him, y'all had a relationship, even going to the gym and more. You know, what was that drive like? What kind of drive did you see in him, and that now you want to see in people? Because you know, Junior had this drive. I mean, football, he was so competitive, and I'm sure that's attractive to you. What kind of drive did you see in him that you would like to see like other people to have, even the one you have in yourself, you know, for fitness? That's one of the hardest things to do in the
Mhm.
ministry, especially. So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, it's powerful because that's kind of one of the things we do in the group is like accountability. Because when me and D was together, man, it was always iron sharpen iron. It was how many more sets you can do. Come on, do another one. And it was always somebody right there pushing you. Even though he was younger than me, he was a strong kid where we can basically lift together. And so, man, we was locked in right there. And then, having the opportunity to coach him for a year at Hope High School, was a game changer. He's the reason why I was actually at Hope. And so,
Yeah,
man, so we was so locked in. It was just that iron sharpen iron thing, and we always loved our lifts together. Even when we moved out of y'all house, I would still come down by y'all house to export to get
yeah,
that lift in because that was my lifting partner. So
yeah. That was super powerful. You went to Hope, started coaching, and you know what I'm now that and I know we're off script, but this is gonna really help somebody. I saw you literally just, and you probably need to talk about this for a little bit, but I saw you comb through life. Boom. I need to do this. All right. Not. And people will pull it on you to do a lot of stuff. Even me, you know, hey man, I need you to grab this microphone and squall. You know what I'm But you would comb through life and say, this is what I need to do. Hope, coaching, you know, fitness. Then you went. So how does a person comb through their life? What does a person need to really identify those pivot points where they need to pivot in their life and do what they're supposed to be doing for themselves?
yeah, so it's really focusing on what's important, focusing on what you're passionate in, and if sometimes people get steered in a different direction, but you got to focus on the important things. What will help me now, what will help my life in the future, and whatever don't help my life, I need to just get rid of it. And so those are, a few things I needed to focus on at the moment. Those are a few things I was passionate about. Those are the things that basically made me happy. And so I locked in on that, and I didn't let nobody, steer me in a different direction. And so that's when everything really started falling into place, when I was just like, I'm going to stay locked in right here and focus on one thing and be involved in this area of my life. So
that's super powerful. Now you got this 90-day, your community. We want to start talking about that. Like you shared a little bit about the community, but I want you to go into detail, right? You created this community for different reasons, and I'm going to just pick out different groups of people. You got people in fitness, you talked about that. You got people who need their financial literacy increased and understanding education. But then you got this program you got coming up, or I believe you guys done it already. I'm not sure, but I got the flyer from your page. You got this program right here coming up. It's a 90-day wealth transformation challenge. Are you guys still in this challenge right now?
Yeah, we got a large call on Monday night at 8 p.m. where we invite people in, and it's you don't have to be in the business with us, but get involved and see what we're doing. And if you want to be a part of it, you stay. So we got about 435 people right now in the group. We're still promoting throughout the week, all the way until Monday. And we're going to continue to promote it just to invite people into the group, into the community. And man, Monday, we're going to lay out the whole game plan. Sometimes when people come up with 90-day game plans, people don't tell them exactly what to do. And so, like, even sometimes with business, it's like, all right, we're on a 90-day game plan. We got to get some sales. We got to bring in some business partners. We got to do this. But nobody come up with the strategy to help those people go to the next level. And so sometimes people get on that 90-day game plan. Once people don't understand what to do, they get off the game plan. Or if they don't have a strategy and specific details on what to do, they get off the game plan. But if you know what to do every single day, you'll be able to stay on the game plan, and you'll start getting results.
Right.
So we're gonna lay out Monday. I'm
looking at the group right now. Can you see this?
Yep.
So I'm in your group right now, and you have right here. You have let's see. Let me look at it again. Let me go back to it. Okay, you got right here. It says Master Credit Class. Free credit master class, so they can join that as well. Is that correct?
Yep, they can join
talk about that, because I know a lot of people think they just need to get their credit fixed, but then when people start trying to get their business started, now they realize, like, man, I didn't even build my credit properly to actually move to actually get business credit to get my business started, or even business funding. How does that look in your world or in your community? What could people expect, when they join? Because I see a lot of people in here, typing, folk getting results. Look at this one right here. Tell your husband, look at that. Yep. I said, thank you. And y'all keep on being millionaires. So it looked like she went and got her house.
Yeah. She came through our program, got qualified for a home. And she was so thankful. Like, she got results in a really good enough time. And let me tell you something. So when she told her lender that she was going through us to get her credit done, her lender told her that you shouldn't go through credit repair. It's a scam, right? And so she went through the process anyway. Once she went through that process, she got results, and she went right back to that lender and showed him her new profile, got the negative items removed, her credit score increased, her data points was intact. And he said, whatever they did, tell them to keep doing it.
Wow.
You got approved for the house. And so she sent that to us in the inbox and was like, keep doing what y'all doing. Y'all killing it. And so, man, I'm excited about that. That's what we get excited about most when people start.
Testimonies are crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, testimonies from our program is insane.
Let's read this. She says, good evening to the Jacksons. First of all, she's standing in front of the, closing, at the closing event. She says, good evening to the Jacksons. I wanted to tell you that, thank you for what you and your husband is doing with cleaning up the credit a couple years ago. She says, let me blow that back up. She says, cleaning up the credit a couple years ago, I didn't have any credit and needed to build credit, a few things on my credit. But I was able to get a 2020 Buick. Anthony had fixed my credit. This year, staying in obedience and managing and budgeting my money, I bought my first house. I wanted to thank you both. Man, that's huge.
That's major, man.
That's huge. That's
Major.
super huge right there. And you got a lot of people that's out there, on YouTube, Instagram. They sound like they know what they're talking about, but you don't have people coming up saying this is what has happened to me since I followed this program. And a lot of them got some real good programs. We know a couple guys that's really doing it heavy. But I love the fact that not only are you in this sphere of influence, but people are actually getting results. When it comes to business, like for me, I told you, I said, well, I'm getting in the community because I need to know now how to take, in our organization that we both work in, I went from a 482 to a 761. I said, look, Jack, I need to get in so I can see how to now take my personal credit and get business credit and business funding so we can move things out of my personal name and all of that stuff. People don't know this stuff, especially in the kingdom. How important is it to understand the process? Because, folk think they can just go get business credit. The process of their portfolio, their profile, how to set their profile. Talk a little bit about the steps to business credit, business funding, and how people can actually prepare to be helped in that way.
Yeah, it's powerful because, some people with their personal credit, they think it's just about the credit score, but it's actually about the data points, or what we call the credit factors. And so that's your payment history, your total accounts, if you got any negative remarks on there, inquiries. So people need to know how to read the credit factors and the data points on there. And so that's the focus. It's not just the credit score. If you fix the data points, the credit score do what it do. And so before we ask for lending, or before we ask for qualifications on the credit card, a few things we need to know. We need to know what credit bureau does this credit card company pull from? What are the data points needed to qualify for these credit cards? And we need to know what rewards we get when we qualify for these credit cards. Mm-hmm. And so we instead of us just applying and guessing or hoping that we're going to get the loan or hoping we're going to get approved, we know exactly what we need to get approved for that loan or whatever we need. And so we go through people process first and we teach them. And so, people come back just like she did when they got a car and a house.
Yeah.
Just by learning the process.
That's super powerful. You and I both got our first pretty much luxury, joints when we start learning the process and not just fixing our credit, but we got into the business. And we started really, what I love about our platform that we work in together is that it gave us room to still be who we are, like how you're still being who you are and able to create these communities and help people on a whole nother level. And, one of the things that, I've seen happen with you guys is that you've also learned how to not take prophecy, but also how to use principles. Okay. So remember I said, we're going to talk about prophecy, principles, and then process. Those principles that you've used for your life has really put you in a position to never be broke again. You know what I mean? Just talk about principles, how important that is to you. Even with business and all that we're talking about, there are principles to this stuff. You're the systems guy. I told you before the other day, I said, man, you need to really record yourself talking about that system training. Talk about that for a little bit. Principles.
Yeah, principles are powerful, man, because behind every principle, there's a promise. So for all my Bible readers out there, the Bible always talk about, if you do this, I'll do this.
Yeah.
Right. If you sow, you'll reap a harvest. Right. If you fix your mind, you'll be transformed. Right. And it always, if you take care of your health, you'll have a great temple and your body will fully get to thrive. Right.
Right.
And so it's always, if you do this, I'll do that. And so sometimes we neglect things right?
Mm-hmm.
And the fastest way to damage something is to neglect it. And so if we take these principles and do exactly what they say, God says, try me. Try
Yeah.
me in this. Right. So test me in this and see when I pour you out a blessing bigger than you can even receive.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that's what I always focus on. If I do this, I trust God that he'll do this. If I take
Wow.
care of my mind, my body, my spirit, and my finances, God will assist me in everything I need. All I got to do is steward it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
that's super powerful. I want to take a break real quick. We're going to come back with Anthony Jackson in just a minute, but I want to take a break and kind of show you what he and I do together. But I definitely want to start showing you his platform, how to get in touch with him on a whole nother level. Many of you are here following him. Many of you are, more invited. You may be streaming in from him sharing the page. So whatever is encouraging you today, get connected to this man. And let's get you started. I want you to take a look at something because we found, this to be very pivotal in our lives, and we just want to share it with you. Take a look at this video, and we're going to come right back with some more details. Go ahead and write some questions down because I want to get you guys also on the platform to ask Mr. Anthony Jackson some questions. Take a look at this, and we're going to come right back with questions.
Our country is facing a financial crisis. Nearly 40% of Americans fear they won't be able to retire because of financial setbacks. Inflation is devaluing consumers' paychecks. Credit card debt is at an all-time high, and savings at an all-time low. 1 in 8 consumers are unaware of their credit score, and more than half of Americans have less than 3 months of emergency savings. But within this financial crisis lies massive opportunity. The world needs financial education, and together we can help. UWE is a financial education company that offers a range of services to help families secure their personal finances and protect their future. It is also a business opportunity for you to work at your own pace, to develop a supplemental source of income, to achieve your financial goals and support your family. Join our team and help us in our mission to spread financial literacy to all. As a UWE agent, you can earn commissions for every customer you refer and enjoy other benefits, including free life insurance for agents who meet qualifications, an opportunity to get personal access to our protection plan services for free, a flexible schedule that allows you to work when you want to. Our compensation offers 6 different ways to earn. Direct commissions for each protection plan customer you enroll. Residual for each monthly payment your customers make. Earn level overrides for sales your team makes on your 1st through 6th levels. Earn customer acquisition bonus commissions when your new team members make their first 2 customer sales. Generational overrides are paid for team sales beginning when you reach the executive sales director position. We also offer top producers an opportunity to earn additional bonuses for retirement and investment at 10 levels. Our Medallion Club rewards agents who've achieved high protection plan customer sales. In addition to earning a bonus at each level, members receive special recognition at company events and invitations to exclusive dinners and meetings. Our R&R Club offers top producers an opportunity to earn additional bonuses and investment income at 10 levels when they reach personal sales requirements. For details about this exclusive club, please refer to our compensation plan document. UWE, along with our partner United Credit Education Services, has been helping families across the country for over 20 years. Through UWE, you have access to services that can help you and your customers achieve financial stability by becoming financially literate, improving your credit profile, protecting your identity, learning how to organize your spending and savings, protecting your family's financial future. Our protection plan includes savings goals and debt payoff systems, credit builder, credit monitoring, identity theft protection, estate planning, rocket lawyer, and more. As an agent, you have the opportunity to take advantage of these services free of charge by meeting sales qualifications. Your online back office has professional marketing materials, training videos, and presentations, as well as your commission records. Get access to best-in-class marketing materials designed to help you sell. As a part of our team, you have access to ongoing training opportunities through regularly scheduled calls, as well as in-person training events in cities across the country. Build valuable skills that will serve you for life. If you are interested in learning more about promoting financial literacy with UWE, contact the person that shared this information with you and start working toward a better future for you and your family today.
Wow, man. You know, that platform really changed our lives, but look what it's done. It's really pushed us to take things to the next level. And Global Wealth Enterprise is now in effect, and building up. How many people you said are in your community now?
435.
Listen, guys, if you're here tonight, I want you to go ahead and type a question in the chat. Emerson, I saw you were asking about the $89 a month start, but on the other day, I know you said you were living out of your car. I'd love to help you if you have an address where you can receive mail. So just let me know if you could do that, Emerson, and we will definitely get you started. Listen, guys, if you got a question for Mr. Anthony Jackson, go ahead and type that question in the chat. And I'm going to read that question to him, and he's going to answer it right here on this platform. And while you're gathering your thoughts, gathering your questions, I wanted to ask you, I had it on. Here it is. I wanted to ask you basically, first of all, let me just share with everybody how to get in touch with him. It's Anthony Jackson on Facebook. All right, Anthony Jackson Jr. on Facebook. And then if you are going to connect with him on Instagram, global_wealth_enterprise. And then the community, some of you need to join that community today. If you're watching the replay, join that community. I'm in the community. We're doing things together, but I'm also in the community to further help myself. So Global Wealth Community on Facebook, as I showed you the screen there, Global Wealth Community. Now, what are some of the goals that people need to set this year to really take their life to the next level? People come into the new year. You guys are very knowledgeable about taxes and things like that. Help people understand. Look, man, don't get your taxes run out. Go get some lemon. You know what I mean? Help people with some goals financially. What are some things you guys are setting up to do that can encourage other people to do the same?
Powerful. So we got different goals that we help people set from each segment. So let's say as far as the mind. With the mind, what we do is we show people how to sometimes people get books just to say they read, and some people don't read the books and then start applying the information that they read. And so we showing people different books that they need to read, maybe different podcasts that we can recommend, or if we got people in the network that helps with personal development, we allow people in the network to run that segment. And so that's one of the things we do. Like I got a few books that I'm locking in on over the next few weeks because I want to become a better leader. Mm-hmm. Right. And so I get into my leadership books. And so that's far as the mind, that's far as personal development. And when you develop your mind, your whole outlook on life is different. So whenever you do have a struggle or something comes up, you look at the situation different. Every situation that comes up now in my life, I'm looking at it as a learning curve or, a learning moment instead of the devil is attacking me.
Right.
And then as far as my body, working out every single morning, I work out at 6 a.m. I meal prep because I have to have things organized. I have to know what I'm eating every single day. I literally got food scales where I weigh my food because I know exactly what I need to eat to look the way I want to look. Right. As far as the spirit, with our ministry, 6 a.m. pour prayer. If people want to get on that, we drop the link for that. Or if your ministry has, a prayer line where you get on every morning, make sure you get on that. Also, with the spiritual part, we use biblical principles to build these segments of our life. If you do this, this will happen for you. And then another thing, as far as the money piece, the finance piece, another thing we do is we help people save money, right? So I use the 10-week method, right? This is my first week right here, right? This is $100. And we go through a 10-week process to where at the end of that 10 weeks, a person has saved $2,500. And it's 52 weeks in a year. So we're going to go through this segment 5 times. And at the end of the entire process, what happens is every person in our community will have $12,000 at the end of the year. And so just imagine a big community of people that got money. And then I'm not just telling them what to do. I'm checking in with them, right? So every week, because I'm a swiper, if the money in my account, I might swipe it. If it's not in my account and I don't see it, I don't even use cash at all, right? So I go get the money out of the account where I don't see it, take it in an envelope, and I put it away, right? I teach my community how to do it. I got 10 for 10 weeks, right? And this will be my first 10 weeks of it. And then we restarted the next 10 weeks. So that way you keep the community engaged. Everybody's on the camera on Mondays. Well, we got to check in. And everybody got to show their $100 bills or their $100 in the envelope. Another thing we do in our community is people got to get their credit repaired, right? Imagine if all of us have good credit and some of us want to partner up with each other and do something, maybe invest in something. So we got to get that in order. We create budgets, for people. We got a budgeting call that happens on Thursdays with our, one of our founders at the company, our vice president of sales. He do a budgeting call. And then we allow people in the network to do business with us, whether they want to become a business partner in the financial, our core product is credit, or, we do taxes as well. So we got $2 million businesses that we run that everybody in the community is doing something with us. And so we allow people to come into our, our network and use our resources as well. So that's what we do in every segment. Yep.
That's some super powerful information. And I'm thankful that I'm in the actual community, because I'm gonna jump in on all of that, especially the meal planning. I lost weight, but going a little bit deeper, you've been sending me some stuff, videos and YouTube people that you follow. But I seen you do this, man. I was looking at a picture the other day. I seen you do this stuff without knowing any of these people. You know what I mean? And it's just the humbling side of you to say, hey, although I know how to do it, check this guy out. Watch this guy. And I think that's the character part of you that I've always loved. And I was looking at a picture from Grace to Govern when we did Grace to Govern at Hope. We did it at Hope, and I think I had on blue and you had on a white shirt with those red Chucks. Okay. Man, I think that was a first fitness journey you went on. Yep. you look like you was in grammar school, man.
Yeah, man. I started looking young again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so once you do that, man, you'll get addicted to it, to how you look, how you feel, and you always want to do it. Now, I'm not on here, coming as a perfect guy. I do have my moments where I do my thing and I eat what I want to, but I don't do it often. Right. I mean, I don't do it often. And then, if I need to ever need to reset, sometimes I go on 72-hour fast with just water. Just don't eat nothing and just reset my whole body, man. And so those are some of the things I do. I live by example. And, we created this organization where we want to show other people how to do it as well and be a part of our network.
How do you and your wife, if somebody may be listening in, they got a partner that's not on the same page, but you and your wife are pretty much on the same page with everything. And, you may have even things that you're working on to get on the same page. But how do you encourage a married couple one of the excuse me, when I told my wife, I said, listen, if I'm gonna eat like this, I need everybody in the house to eat like this. And I remember some of my family members like, man, if how you gonna force everybody to, in the house to do what you doing and all that? It's like I'm not trying to get somebody to just do what I'm doing. I'm trying to get everybody in the house to do what we need to do. This is
Yeah.
what we need to do. We don't even need to be eating that stuff anyway, because it's hindering us, as you talked about, spirit, mind, body, and so it's affecting us. And you're not going to be successful if you don't pay attention to all of these areas. How do you guys, work that into your family dynamics? Are your children following the same regiments? Because I know how big you guys are with your family. Talk about that for a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah. So my children don't follow it. They eat what they want to eat. So
Hey, I can see Legend right now, just
Legend not eating what I'm eating. The only thing Legend to eat, what I eat, he eat my son eat some steak. He'll eat some steak with me or some chicken with me. That's about it. Other than that, he got his own diet going. You know what I mean? But one of the things I did was, in the beginning, it was a kind of like a hassle to where, I was eating something different from everybody in the house. And it really happened, last year when my wife really got busy with taxes. She was so busy with them from the morning, from sun up to sundown, and I had to learn how to cook.
Yeah.
So I started really studying like the things I wanted to eat. I had to learn how to cook it. And anybody
I had to put you on mute so my wife wouldn't hear you say that.
Yeah, man. So anybody that know me know I don't know how to cook. I didn't know how to cook anything, man. I had to learn. I learned how to cook rice. I learned how to cook chicken. I learned how to cook steak. I learned how to season food, and all I did was went on YouTube University or TikTok University, learned that stuff, and man, I literally meal prep my own food, and I be ready for the next day already, man. And I got a food scale where I weigh everything. And so, if you dedicated, man, if you really want those goals, you got to take accountability for yourself. You can't really blame nobody else. You just got to go in there and do it. Or if wifey gonna do it, just tell her, these are my measurements for my food. This is exactly what I want to eat. And I want to eat 3-4 times a day, however many times I need to eat. And, we go from there. And it's certain days where if she's too busy, I just lock her in and do it myself. So
Yeah.
one of the things I do, man.
Oh, that's super powerful. I was making sure you hear that. I can hear her now. Yeah, Anthony learned how to cook for himself.
Yeah, I definitely did, man, because I can't, like, if I got this goal, I can't just be hungry all day because I start eating anything. Yeah. And I know myself, sometimes you got to protect yourself from yourself, man.
Yeah.
And so, man, I started really doing that locking in and, getting those results by preparing my own stuff.
Yeah. 2025, any new goals? Or for me, I know one of the things God told me, he said, you got goals you haven't finished. You know what I mean? And so he don't go into just making some new goals because it's a new year. So I still have some, especially my health goal. I want to be 100% healthy. I'm already, doing very good. But I want it to be a certain size. So at 279, I want to be 240. Didn't hit that goal. That was my goal for 2024. So I'm not allowed to make a new goal until I hit 240. So yeah. So how has it been working for you? Like your goals and on a personal level?
Yeah, man. I just been locked in. I really know how to lock in. I know for sure that if I don't do certain things, I'm not expecting certain things.
Yeah.
So when I lock in on those goals, when I write them down, I look at them every single day. I sit outside and I just read my goals. I literally do that. Some people just say that like it's cliche, but man, I really take my goals and just look at them. So it's a certain weight I want to be. It's a certain body fat percentage I want to be. It's a certain amount of money I want to have. It's a certain kind of connection with God I want to have. And it's a certain type of leader I want to be. And so that's why we grow in a community. The community is not just for them, it's for me as well. For, people to hold me accountable. If I'm telling people about their health, I can't be on camera and I'm getting bigger and bigger every week, or I can't
Right.
I can't show up on camera to my Zooms without my savings goal. Like, so my desire for the group is at the end of it, I want to see everybody with their testimonials and with their envelopes in the group saying, listen, I got my 12,000 for the year,
Right.
or I'm at my weight goal for the year, or I got a better connection with God this year. So,
Right.
or I became a better leader this year. My outlook on life is different this year. And so, that's one of the biggest things that I want to see this year for that entire community. I want to look for our team.
Right.
I want us to go, into certain conventions or to certain cities when we go on tour, and all of us are healthy. I follow certain people on Instagram. One of the guys I follow, his name is Andy Elliott. He don't even let you work with him if you don't got a six pack.
Right.
And a lot of people don't like that trainer, but I love it. I was like, wow, the standard is so high. You know what I mean? And I want the standard to be very high when people join us. In the past, we brought in a lot of people in our business, and it was just like whatever. People did what they wanted to do, and we didn't have a culture and we didn't have a standard. But now we got a standard. So our bank account needs to be a certain way, our look got to be a certain way, and our leadership got to be a certain way.
Right.
So
that's powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was still laughing at Legend Boy, thinking about Legend not eating what. That's too funny, boy.
My son different, man.
Yeah, he built different. Listen, guys, you guys been enjoying this. Drop some threes in the chat if you're still tuned in, looking and listening. I'd love for you to ask some questions. Many blessings to you, Reggie the Barber. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. I see you out there. Tammy Wilson Purcell, good to see you on. Teresa, good to see you. Thank you for tuning in over on StreamYard. Listen, you guys, go ahead, connect. Make the connection. The information has been posted. Find them on Facebook at the Global Wealth Community. Find that Facebook group. I want you to join that group. Get in on all that's being shared today. And then be serious, y'all. Be serious about your future. You're not going to get too many people that will open up a community and for free. You guys, I don't know if you guys know, but there are some people that charge you to be in their Facebook groups. They're making a lot of money to get in those Facebook groups and learn stuff like this. And not only that, but Anthony and I are working together. He's the one that actually brought me into the business. I remember rejecting the opportunity. Sean, I said, look, man, I'm so busy. I'm with this company. You're like, well, I know you with them, but look at this, what we could do. And at first I was kind of hesitant, and I was thinking like I was burned out because, you saw how many network marketing companies I had tried, and I never really succeeded. And I remember you telling me, man, why aren't you a millionaire now? You looking at all the stuff in my office. And finally, you put me on the phone with your mentor at the time, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna try it. And I mean, worst case scenario, we became 7-figure earners in the organization. So I say that to say, you all, we're not talking about somebody who does not know what they're talking about. And when I tell you the diligent, the Bible said he's a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. This is one guy that I know is, if he's researching something, he's going to get all the way down to the bottom of it before he brings it to you. And he's not going to be incorrect about sharing what he shares with you. All right. So I want you, if you're following me, if you're connected to me, if you're watching the replay, I want you to definitely get in. Remember, again, it's Facebook group. The community is Global Wealth Community. It's not wrong with just joining, something you may, hey, just let me see what's going on. And let me see what's going on can do just like it did for me. I'm like, all right, let me see what's going on. Worst case scenario, over 8-year period of time, we become 7-figure earners, see millions of dollars, buy a new home, and definitely look at the impact, even health-wise. I still lost over 80 pounds and looking to go down to my goal. So if you're listening in, go ahead and type a 3 in the chat. I see Teresa. Thank you for typing that 3. If you're still listening in, Let me know who you are. Type a 3 in the chat. I can guarantee you, if I was like, we got a gift for the person that would type in number 3, the threes would have went up.
All three.
We'd have been like, we got a 3 for the first 5 people. We got a 3. Matter of fact, listen to this. If you're following Anthony Jackson, or if you're following me, if you're following Anthony Jackson, you're watching this from his page, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get you in our company at a really affordable price today, but you got to respond. You got to respond. And if you're following me, we can get you in. I'll take it. Okay, we're talking about Anthony today, but if you're following me, get with me, and I'll get you in for an affordable price. You see the price in the stream right here, the marquee is scrolling across right now. It says, start your financial literacy franchise today at $2.99, right? If you connect with Anthony Jackson today in that group and you say, hey, I got here because I was on that video with you and Apostle, I came from Apostle, or I came because I was following you, whichever one it is, you let him know. We're going to get you in at a totally different price than that $2.99, but you got to hit us today. You got to hit us today. Tony Emerson says my stepdad's address. Okay, well, if you get mail there, Emerson, hit me up. And and man, I wish we were like where we were some years ago. Emerson has been following my prophetic platform, and he's living out of his car. You know what I'm saying? He's living out of his car. So you got a guy who's living out of his car saying, how can I get my credit fixed? Versus people who got the income, got a house, got an apartment, but got bad credit and still won't respond. It's crazy. He says, where do I get my mail? I go to court for $25, not paying a bus. All right, we're gonna connect, Emerson. Just send me a message. You know how to send me that message on Facebook. And Emerson, do me a favor, make sure you join the group. You can become one of the testimonies, that have really followed all the steps. You were living in your car and look where you are now. We want to create that testimony. So make sure you get with us in this group, Global Wealth Community. If you had a couple words of encouragement, or if you just had something you wanted to share with this community of people who are listening. Some are listening now. A lot of people are going to be listening later. It's going to be on Facebook, so it's definitely going to be out there. You can take this video and just share it over and over and over, because we definitely need people to get on top of their stuff, man. And so again, before I let you share, I want everybody to see all of his handles again. On Facebook, he's at Anthony Jackson Jr. On Instagram, global_wealth_enterprise. And the Facebook group is Global Wealth Community. And if you was actually, taking us to a next level, if you wanted to share something with us and, help us close this thing out, what would you share with the listening audience today? And even share, even more if I missed something on how to get in touch with you. Go ahead, take us away.
Man, to just sum it up, man, I would tell the people that's listening, man, always be willing to do the things that success demands of you, right? And stop trying to change your behavior and keep the same beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
People trying to change, they making New Year's resolutions.
Keeping the same belief. Wow.
Keeping what they believe in their mind. Like, you have to have a certain structure, and it's going to be uncomfortable in the beginning. It's going to be uncomfortable because you've been living a certain way for the last 30 years. You got to shift. You got to make the shift and do exactly what success demands of you. Success demanded me to do everything opposite of what I was comfortable with. When I got my first, one of my mentors, he told me, he said, you're in the financial industry now. You got to wear a suit. I ain't like wearing suits.
Mm-hmm.
He said, you got to get a professional photos. I ain't want to take no pictures. Right? He said, you got to be a leader. I definitely didn't want to be no leader. So all the things that I desired was on the other side of the things I didn't want to do. And so until I was willing to do everything that success demanded of me, nothing was happening. But when I made that decision, I started shifting everything. And so I started changing my behavior and changing my beliefs. And so when I did that, I was able to set goals, and God was able to assist me, right? Because God ain't releasing his blessings on waste and self-control, no self-control. He ain't releasing his blessings on that.
Not at all.
And so I had to start really taking care of everything and properly managing everything that God had gave me. So that's when the shift happened. So, man, be willing to do what success demands of you.
Man, that's super powerful. You know, I was just trying to bring up where we are streaming. We're on 5 platforms, I think. We're on 5 different platforms. Somebody's going to get this message. Somebody's going to listen, and somebody's life is going to be changed. Why not that life be you? Why not that life be you? We're on Facebook. We're on LinkedIn. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch. You know, that's a gaming platform. And I've always been the type, I'm like, if they give you an account to create, I don't care what kind of platform it is, unless they make rules like you can't do nothing else on here but this, I'm getting on that boy. And the world needs to hear what we're talking about. So the world's going to know about Global Wealth Enterprise with those who are on Twitch, with those who are on YouTube, with those who are on LinkedIn, with those who are on Facebook. And if they give any more platforms, Instagram too, somebody's going to look at this and they're going to take advantage of it, and their lives are going to be changed. Tierra, good to see you jumping on. Tierra just joined us actually yesterday so we got her locked in. You'll be meeting her in a few. Listen, we're going to be at convention, man, in a couple weeks, I believe. 2 more weeks?
2 more weeks,
Yeah.
3 more weeks.
When it comes to being in a room, how confident, what is the difference in personality when you know you've done what you need to do to get where you are, and then in that room, versus you're in the room and you're on the negative side of everything that everybody is done? Because we've been there. You know, I remember going to a convention full of winners, you know what I mean? And it was our first time there. But then we went back to convention as the winner ourselves, bringing people with us. What is the difference in feeling and when you was like just getting started, then versus now we got convention coming up? This thing been off. It's about to be off the chain. We're on the winning side now, but you know, we remember going in that boy like, dang, no trophies, no name being called, you know, but now being recognized as leaders, as builders, as team builders, and as people who pour into other people. You know, close us out with, how important is it to make sure you get on the winning side?
Yeah, man, it's very important. And I think a lot of people go to events like that and they don't take advantage of being in a room with winners. Like looking at how their aura, looking at how they dress, looking at how they carry themselves, asking them questions about what they did to get to the top instead of being, you know, negative. Some people, they come to events and they'll get jealous of the people who winning too much. And so, you know, just taking advantage of being in that room with those people. I'm asking questions. I'm asking exactly what they did to get their lives to the next level. What was the shift that happened mentally? I'm going to get the information I need, and I'm going to take it back home with me, and everybody will see me when I get back. And so that's one of the things people need to do, man. You know, take advantage of being in rooms like that. And it's a room where when I got into business in 2016, I had never experienced anything like that because I'd never been around a group of people that wanted to see me win. It was always, every time I got a little influence or people started really taking to me, people around me got jealous of that. You know what I mean? And so being in that environment where people just screaming, I'm talking about when you walk across the stage, people screaming, especially if you on that person's team, they really want to see you win. So take advantage of that environment. Get to trainings and be in the room. Never, if you're a part of any type of company, whenever it's a training, you need to be in the room, because every millionaire, billionaire has been trained to be that way. But if you're sitting at home and you missing out on everything and you saying I'll go next time, and if you know a company give out a date of a training, you need to save, you need to have money saved. That's why y'all really need to be in my group, so we don't got to worry about money. Because we done save money every 10 weeks and we done built up this emergency fund or this saving funnel to where everybody in the community got money to where we could just pull from that if we need it. So that's why a lot of people need to be in the community as well. So take advantage of training, take advantage of being in the room, man. Proximity is power.
Wow. Y'all heard it. Somebody typed it in chat. Proximity is power. Proximity is power. I've never seen anybody that needed to be warmed up by a fire getting warmed up standing a block away from the fire. It ain't gonna happen. You're gonna still be cold. In order to get warmed up by the fire that's created, you're gonna have to get around the fire. And there are great conversation that happens around the fire. Man, listen, man, salute to you on what you're doing. We're going to drop this immediately, try to clip it up, get some good reels out of it. And man, let's do it again and again and again. Let's get that community up to 2,000 people, 3,000 people, 4,000 people. We need to drop this in our old group, let people see what a new group at. You know what I mean? And it's just really time to help people get to the next level. Reggie, the barber, you need to get with me, man. You need to get with me, man. I'm telling you, you really need to get with me. I believe that's Reggie, the barber from church. Let me know if that's you, if you from church back in the day. But definitely let's get together. And Teresa, you text me today. I need you to get a part of this. I really need you to get in on this because I saw you reach out, and I don't know if you're on Facebook that much, but I dropped you the information like a couple days ago, and I don't think you got a hold of it because it didn't say you read it. But I need you in this group. I need you getting everything that he's giving out so we can also take our ministries to the next level. Man, Ant, you already know. Salute. We're going to do it again as soon as we hang up. Throw me another date. We need to come back with this because what I noticed is that, like I said earlier, if we were on here prophesying, I was on here the other night, 5 hours. 5 hours with Apostle Ralph, Apostle Don Gardner, and we were prophesying, and literally the number never went under 30. The highest we got was 72 people.
Wow.
But when you're prophesying to people, when you hear the word of the Lord saying, yeah, it's you. Okay, yeah, Reggie, get with me, man. Send me a message. Let's get you on board. But when you what bothers me is when, and we talk about this all the time, is when you give a person the word of the Lord. The Lord said you're going to be a millionaire. You're one of the first people that I've seen take that word and like literally, of course, at first you like, how? You were living with me and, hard times on both of us. And there I was, my income was coming from this itinerary, and I didn't want to be doing that all my life. But, we were sitting there, you was like, man, Pop, I don't see that though. And that something clicked, and you called me, you said, man, I just came up with a business and I'm calling it SCAT. And I said, what that mean? You said Skill Kingdom Athletic Training. I said, man, run with that. You went and got your own logo, all of that stuff. And from that moment, I've seen you literally, in other words, nobody can just really lock you into fitness because I've seen you put your hands in places and just prosper. And if it was challenges, you ain't wear them publicly. You know what I mean? And so my point is, you're one that I saw take the prophetic word about being a millionaire and really moving on being a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? But we have these, like I'm saying, we have these prophetic sessions online, and you got 120 some people. I go to some people and they don't know I can see, because you can look at certain lives without going all the way in. 2,000 people. All of y'all ain't even finna get a word. But you will sit on these lives, well, some of them lie and refuse to get on a session that's helping you with your credit, your finances, business credit, business funding, wills, trust, power of attorney, getting your life together. So I'm gonna tell you something, man. Those words, y'all better hear me, and y'all know my specialty is probably the prophetic. I'm gonna tell you right now, those words are not coming to pass if you do not adjust your natural character.
Yeah.
You could be a spiritual guru knowing how to give Greek and Hebrew. And I mean, God will use you to bless people. But if you can't come out of that Greek and speak English to yourself, guess what? That word is not gonna come to pass, man. I commend you on all that you're doing, stepping out, moving on the word of the Lord, and really working out. The Bible talks about how you should war over your prophecy. When the prophecy, the prophetic word of the Lord come over you, you should war over that prophecy. And warring over that prophecy, guys, is not just going somewhere in the room. And the word of the Lord came over me, Lord. My war now. Satan, you are. Most of their war is principles, process, moving, stepping, trying, taking God at his word, praying, interceding, fasting. But then guess what? I'm finna get up and go look for the house.
Yeah, that's it.
So I'm saying I'm finna go down in my basement and lift the weights that I already got.
That's it.
Then I'm gonna go get the gym membership. No, then I could be trusted by Anthony to be my trainer. See, it's always a one-sided thing. Like, you better train me. No, can I trust you to even take what I'm giving you?
Yeah.
To manifest and to execute the goals in your life.
Yeah.
Like mentorship, man, today, I don't know why it's so one-sided. Help me. And if you make me mad, I'm gone. And if this, what about the hey, I'm not casting my pearls
right
among swine and giving what's holy to dogs no more.
Know
what I'm saying? So it has to be a two-way street. So when you join this group, don't come in thinking that all of the work has to come from one side. You got to get up and do what is told for you to do and follow the blueprint. One of the things, and I'll say this publicly before we hang up, I got in, and at first I'm like, man, I'm going to do it this way and I'm going to do it that way. I've been in network marketing. The Lord said, did you succeed? I said, well, no. He said, you telling this man how much of a leader he's going to be, and you won't even submit to the systems he's putting out for the team. Because you thinking from, I'm his pastor type stuff. Remember I told you that? And the Lord said, no, follow the system, follow the blueprint. And when I humbled myself and said, man, you're the leader of the team. We're going to do what you say do with this team. We're going to put out, duplicate. We're going to do our own thing. And that's when everything took off. And the team everybody who did that, their businesses took off. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what we want you guys to understand. If you connect, we got a system. We're going to follow Anthony's lead. You know what I'm saying? And really, as he said, he got other people who are experts in other areas as well. So you're going to be able to reap from the resources that he's connected to as well.
Yeah, for sure. Those like leadership is, basically all of us coming together. So when people come into an organization, it's no reason for everybody to try to be the man, but it's all of us needing to use our strengths and combine them together to grow the entire organization. And so that's why a lot of organizations fall. Everybody trying to be the man and, be seen and do this and do that. But your strength is not my strength. You know what I mean? And my weakness is not your weakness. So if we can bring our strengths together, bring our heads and our minds together, we can build something powerful. And so that was always my mindset, man. Let's use whatever we got, whatever resources we got, and let's help the people and let's blow this thing up and take it to the next level.
That's what's up, y'all. Global Wealth Community, guys. Anthony Jackson Jr., man, salute. Good to have you on the platform. We're going to have you back again. Like I said, when we jump off, just give me another date. And, we're going to jump on and take this thing to the next level, man, because it's time. It's 2025. And people need to be able to walk those prophecies out. But if they don't have the instructions, they're just going to have another prophetic word over their head that they're not going to actually be able to bring to pass. So guys, go ahead. Let me know if you guys are still here. Type a 1 in the chat if you're still here. Let me know that you're still here. Let me know that you're still here. If you're here, let me know that you're still here. We're going to get with them at Global Wealth Community on Facebook. You remember, get with them on Instagram, Global Wealth Enterprise. Also, Anthony Jackson on Facebook. Hey, until next time, remember, God knows your expected end. Live in the expectancy of God. And salute, man. Again, boy.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, let's get it. We're going to connect with y'all real soon. Hope you got some real good information from this, and we'll be taking this thing to the next level. You cannot miss out on what God is doing in 2025. So don't you miss it. Let's go, let's grow, and let's go again. Peace out.
Yeah, I only do it for the love of him. To hit the streets like Flip from above the rim and show him that he still cares. He ain't moving, you can run from him, but he's still there. They like Biz, everything you write is high. I praise God, cause any day I can catch a permanent case to writer's block. And I still punch a clock, get a 9 to 5, but he give me the grace to do it with the time I got. And they like